We're going to talk about the NBA because they are inducting players into their Hall of Fame this weekend, and it's a great class. Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker, and Pau Gasol. Becky Hammon as a female. But Pau Gasol wrapping up the 4 NBA players, and that's a heck of a class. In fact, ESPN, now they had a strange, I'm not necessarily feeling the way they ranked these classes. They used an analytic called championships added, so they, somehow they calculated the number of championships that class added to its franchise. And that's how they did the classes. So Michael Jordan his class was number 1, David Robinson, John Stockton, Jordan. I mean, that's a great class. So that's fine. Number 2, Rob, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett. That's a great class. 3, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, and Jerry Lucas, another great class. And you know what's interesting with so check this out, with their calculations, championships added. Jordan, who won 6, they give him 4.1 championships added. For whatever that means. Because Stockton, who won 0, they got him 1.3 championships added. How? He never won. And Tim Duncan, who won 5, has 2.6 championships added. Kobe, 2.2. He won 5 as well. Kevin Garnett won 1. He's got 1.6. What? Jerry West won 1, 2.1. Like, it's a bit bizarre.
No, it's all bogus.
Right,
you know, they always come
what
up
is
with
that?
Right. It's bogus. I do want to say
this class, Rob, is number 4, and it seems fair. Number 5, I'll just leave it at the top 5. Shaq, Iverson, Zelmo, Beatty, and Yao Ming. So, it's a great class. I don't know where you rank it, but it is a tremendous Hall of Fame class.
Yeah, and I do want to say before I make a comment, we here at the Odd Couple would like to say congratulations to Mark Spears, a friend of ours, Chris, who's going in.
Yes,
to the Hall
absolutely.
Of Fame, the Kurt Gowdy Award.
Absolutely.
For his coverage
Great
with
brother.
Anscape and ESPN Anscape is a arm of ESPN, so that's who he works. Mark Spears, who I've known since he was in college. I've known him forever, Chris, and it's great to see him. So congratulations to Mark Spears.
Absolutely.
For getting into the Hall of
Fame.
Great
friend.
Yes. But you just said it. Like, what are they talking about? Championships added when a franchise hadn't even won one, despite John Stockton or whatever the numbers you just gave out. Like that stuff is somebody figuring out some sort of formula. All these geeks with the, pen protectors and all. What are they talking about, Chris? Well,
that right, and I get it. Look, the analytics, okay, but Rob, how in the world can the analytics say John Stockton added 1.6 championships
when they've never won a championship?
Right. I mean,
it doesn't make sense.
He's was an awesome player, but how? Seriously, how? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
It doesn't. I don't. Some of these things you scratch your head with because if you just want to count championships, Chris, just count championships.
Right.
Just count.
It ain't about what he might have been able to do or had he had better. He did what he did, and it was great. It got him in the Hall of Fame. But leave it at that.
But he didn't win any championships, and the organization didn't win any championships when he was done. He didn't set them on a course to win championships. No, he did not. Stop with the fudging of the numbers. 1 and 1 is 2. 0 and 0, Chris, is 0. And that's what John Stockton has.
Yeah. It's
and let me say this, Chris.
Crazy.
All right, here we go. So I think the time has come. You know what? I talk about all the time. Adam Silver has had a spotty commissionership. Okay? Some bad stuff has happened in his watch. The way that the players with the
Empowerment.
The player empowerment with the super teams, Chris, and then the load management, which is a direct slap in the face of fans. So he's had a spotty.
Yeah, that is just terrible.
Yeah, it's just and we say it all the time, and we don't know, but it just wouldn't feel like David Stern, the same thing would have happened. We saw it even when Pop was there, and he got fined $250,000 for taking those guys home in a big national game against Miami. You remember that? He got fined. But I think Adam Silver, Chris, needs to what is his legacy? What can he leave behind? And I think it's time for Adam Silver to break ground in Syracuse, New York. Yes, I'm picking Syracuse, New York for the NBA Hall of Fame. Stop with the Basketball Hall of Fame and the Harlem Globetrotters and referees and international players and guys who are pretty good in the NBA but great in college. No. We need an NBA Hall of Fame. Adam Silver, make that your lasting legacy that you get this thing built. And you know what, Chris? They're late to the party, but you can still make it worthwhile. You put in people to start, when you're first class of the all-time greats, and then you go from there as we move forward. The NBA deserves it. Look at the baseball in Cooperstown, New York. Look at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. The NBA doesn't have to be in New York or Los Angeles. Syracuse is fine. They used to have a team, Chris. It could be of that ilk. The NBA needs its own Hall of Fame. I don't know why. What? They have money. They can do it. Their Hall of Fame, they don't get the same respect. People don't even know what the criteria is. Is he in for the NBA, or was he in because he was great in college? Or was he in because he played in the internationally? Was he in because he was a great dribbler on the Harlem Globetrotters? What is it?
Well, I do think that they get respect.
Not
but
as much.
I don't agree with that. A Hall of Famer is a Hall of Famer. I feel like, when you say somebody's a Hall of Famer, I feel like they get respect. But I do agree with you that they need their own.
This league is too big to not have
and international players and, like you said, referees,
Harlem Globetrotters.
Right. There needs to be an NBA. Now you can keep the
I'm not saying tear it down.
I mean, maybe the thing is that, and I agree with you, they need an NBA Hall of Fame, period. But what would you call the other one? Because I assume you would want to take the NBA players who are in the Basketball Hall of Fame and take them out of that and put them in the NBA Hall of Fame. And so you wouldn't want to call the old one the Basketball Hall of Fame.
No, because that encompasses all of them, and the other one should just be.
But yet you'd have because you'd have college, you'd have Globetrotters, you'd have women.
I would do what football does. It's not the NFL Hall of Fame, Chris. It's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So call it the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, and it's geared towards got people who played in the National Basketball Association and the ABA. Those are the two leagues. If you played in either one of them, you're eligible to be in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. That's what I would call it.
And I would say most of the ABA guys that deserve to be Hall of Famers are in.
Right.
Because
I agree.
As such.
Chris, are you Syracuse, New York? No, I'm just trying to look for a place.
Well, I'm asking
it doesn't have
why,
to be big.
Why Syracuse?
I'm just trying to, because of look at Cooperstown is like, all right, that's not the greatest spot.
Right.
Canton, Ohio, right? I'm just saying they're not in like major cities. Steve, help me out.
I don't know that you want to put it in Kansas, but is it in Canton? It's historical reasons.
No, but I want to ask him about the Hockey Hall of Fame. Is that
Dr.
in Toronto?
James Naismith.
Yeah, the Hockey Hall of Fame is in Toronto, which is a major city, obviously. So that one is different. But I don't know. I was just looking for somewhere different to make it its own thing and where people could rally around it and say, hey, I'm going to Syracuse for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't know if the site is I don't know that you
No,
want
I'm
it
just-
again in Kansas, but I don't know. That'd be interesting too. You'd want to tie it to some historical landmark, point for the NBA. But the bottom line is I agree with you. And this would be great for Adam Silver, Rob.
He needs something
this
right.
little mid-season tournament's not going to do it.
No, I agree.
That's fine, but I think that will become a thing years from now. And after a while, I think people just will start taking it to mean something. But it won't be that huge for him. I think the Hall of Fame would be great, and he should look at that, Rob, because every commissioner, you want to leave your mark.
That would leave
a great one.
That would leave your mark. You know what I mean? Like one of David Stern's lasting legacy, Chris, is he's the one who started the WNBA. That's what whether you like it or not, that's what he started and created for women. So
right, and the league just grew so much under him. You know what I mean? That was a big factor too for him. But yeah, I hear you.